eat. But welcome everybody. We are going to get started shortly. And as we're welcoming everybody in, as we're saying hello to people, we are going to show you a very short video all about the summit, which sets up this whole launch party. So I hope you got your party outfits on, because I certainly have. And we're going to go. But let's start with our video about the summit. Only 3 minutes long. Let's go.
Turn them down without touching this.
We are currently doing the Speaker Summit 2024.
And today we've had various presentations focusing on really how to grow your speaking business.
For the Speaker Summit, the ultimate goal as an organizer is to elevate the speakers. This is why we are here, this is why we exist, to make their life and their business matter, in particular making sure that they open doors and opportunities with the right people.
So we've got agents, we've got bureaus doing panels. We've got Ask the Expert, where people can have intimate time.
It was bringing together speakers in an atmosphere, not a competitive atmosphere, but a real atmosphere of coming together and just sharing and learning together. And I like the feel of the whole team.
What I love about the event is being able, firstly, to connect with people. The range of people, the topics, their backgrounds, where they're coming from, but also the quality and standard of people.
We've heard today from other speakers about the importance of working with a bureau or contacting clients, but actually networking with other speakers is really important.
Come to an event like this, you're definitely going to meet lots of new people, you'll connect with people who will stay contacts and connections for the rest of your life.
It's great to just be around with other speakers, and you are learning.
And that that camaraderie, which means you're part of that global family.
And from each speaker, I took something away to really help me establish a really succeeding and fantastic speaker's career.
The speaking industry is a very referral-heavy industry, and it's about who you know and who knows you. So if you can meet them in person here at the Speaker Summit, then you already have the right contacts and the right connections.
Truly getting to grips with behind the scenes of the speaking industry and getting the truth of how it runs. Okay, thank you to our media partner for that amazing video. Welcome everybody. I can see everyone saying hello and where they're from, so keep that going. Let's keep the buzz. It's a party atmosphere here. This is the Speaker Summit Launch Party 2025. I can't quite believe it. Before I get going, massive shout out to our partners and sponsors for believing in us, for seeing us. Some have come back year after year. Some are joining us this year. I'd like a massive shout out to Menno Money, to Beyond Brilliance, to Mind Over Fashion. If you're wondering how to be styled, if you want to look good, then let's reach out to Mind Over Fashion. Of course, Nikki J. Davis is joining us for the second year. And of course, our partners such as Rethink Press, who we're going to hear about, GTEx, Shatter Media, especially GTEx, who built the website, who are in charge of marketing. Huge shout out to me, GTEx Digital Media, and of course, myself and Lavelda. You'll hear more about us shortly, but huge thank you for all your support to getting us to this point here today. So thank you very much. Right, before we get going, we are going to give away one special summit ticket. Here's the deal. You take this hashtag throughout this call or just after the call, hashtag Speaker Summit 2025, and you post one key takeaway, one learning, or why you're excited about the summit. And we will raffle whoever posts using the hashtag on social media. Make sure you tag myself, Simone, or Lavelda, all three of us, at least one of us, and tag and tell us why you're excited. What did you learn? Either or. And we will put that in a hat and you could win a ticket. Let me go. Woo! Woo! There we go. Right. So who's who? Let's meet the team. Who are the founders? This is the core team. These are the founders of the Speaker Awards and Speaker Summit. Today's about the Speaker Summit. Myself, I'll talk a little bit about me shortly. Lavelda, who's beautifully there in her red, looking all amazing. Simone, you look okay. And then, of course, we've got Lucy. We've got Lucy and Joe from Rethink Press, who have been behind us since the word go, since I turned to them way back in 2022. I said, listen, do you want in? And they were like, yes. and we've been working together ever since. So thank you again to the founding team. So just a little bit more about me. Some of you know me, a lot of you don't. So I just want to say a quick hello and thank you. So my name is Elliot Kay. I run a sea of brands that support speakers in their journey to become professional speakers, to get paid. My key focus is to help speakers become world-class deliverers, as in when you deliver a talk, I focus on world-class speaking. I'm a speaking director. I use the 12 archetypes to help magnify your ability to deliver. That is my expertise. I'm also the visionary behind the Speaker Awards and Speaker Summit, and that was born from that P word, the pandemic, when I was very frustrated. There was no standardization to the industry. People weren't getting recognized for their work, and there wasn't an event that pulled back the curtains and literally gave everything away to speakers to understand how to get paid, how to consistently get speaking opportunities. So we set up both the summit and the awards to serve that, and we'll talk more about that now. So the summit is different. Why is it different? Because the summit puts everything in front of you, right? We are focusing on you, the professional speaker, to get paid speaking gigs consistently, right? It's all about bringing the industry players to the room to connect, not behind a screen, not on a video link. It's all in the room, and we'll talk about who's going to be in the room throughout today's call as well, right? The people on the stage have been carefully chosen, right? These are world-class speakers who have world-class insights, who are actively involved in the industry, the professional speaking industry, as we speak. And we'll give a massive shout out to our ambassador shortly when Lavelda introduces her, Maria Franzoni, as well. That's the whole thing about the summit. There's no pitching, right? It is pure value. It's pure insight. It's pure implementables. And that's what this is all about when it comes down to the Speaker Summit. So we've carefully chosen, everybody in the room is all about complementing the professional speaker journey. The partners, the sponsors, believe you me, we've turned sponsors away who've offered us a lot of money because they're not a fit, right? Everybody's a fit. And they have to want to support speakers and the industry to standardize it as a prerequisite. So that's a little bit about the difference when it comes to the Speaker Summit. This year's focus is getting consistent corporate gigs, consistently paid corporate gigs. Give me a why if you would like to get consistently paid corporate gigs in 2025. Let me see those why. Give me a why. Give me a hell yeah. Give me a hallelujah. Yeah. I don't know where I was going. There you go. That's right. I'm seeing lots of why. Well, that is the focus of this year's summit. And I'll tell you what it is. Last year, what happened was we do something called Ask the Experts, and then we reviewed the data. So we looked at who were the oversubscribed tables, and there were 2 tables that were massively oversubscribed last year in the summit. And then we asked attendees, what would you like to see in 2025? Guess what the answer was? Getting consistently paid corporate gigs. Guess who the tables that oversubscribed were? They were Nikki J. Davis, who's one of our sponsors, who specializes in getting people corporate speaking opportunities, and Michelle Raymond, who specializes in corporate engagements. So we decided to make the theme all around corporate gigs. Woohoo! Who says we don't listen? We listen with our eyes, our ears, and our nose. Anyway, let's keep going. What are some of the challenges you face when it comes to corporate speaking opportunities? Let's have it in the chat. Hey, Dorset, down the road from me, Andy Dave. Hey, let's have some of your challenges in that chat. The one name I see is Dave, finding the buggers. I like that. Very good. Finding the buggers. Those buggers. Right. Be careful because some of the buggers are on this call, Dave. So yes, consistent, getting paid. I'm seeing a LinkedIn. I'm seeing Glastonbury, Somerset, being found. Overexposure. Interesting. Getting paid. Okay. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. Knowing my worth. Underexposure. All of the above. Changing people's minds. Seeing the value. Right. Oh my God. Guess what? We've collated the key challenges that people have when it comes to finding paid, consistent corporate gigs. That is a mouthful. This also, by the way, has come from our conversation and our discussions with bureaus when it comes to selling speakers to corporates. So inconsistent, you've all put that out. I'm seeing them still coming in. Struggling to stand out. So, and I'm going to give you a quick tip here, right? And this came from a conversation with Jeremy Lee, who's one of the speakers, the founder of JLA. And it's come from several corporate bookers that I've spoken to. And I want to give it to you now. Ready? Write this down. Stop selling your speaking. Start solving problems. Too many speakers focusing on, I'm a great speaker. You should book me because I'm a great speaker. When they want to know the problem you solve. And this is key, right? So unclear bureau expectations. You're not sure how bureaus represent you. They're not sure how to sell you, right? You don't know how to access decision makers. That's a key problem. Weak positioning. So you just, I'm a wellness speaker. I'm a motivational speaker. I'm an inspirational speaker. It's not great positioning. Navigating the corporate booking process. That too is a challenge for a lot of people. And of course, limited industry community. So that's why we set up the summit. We want to help you address a lot of these challenges. We want to help support you so you are able to consistently get booked, get paid. You understand what bureaus look for or agents look for, because you need to make it easy for them to sell you. It's not enough to get on their books. They have to be able to say, this is why you should book Rajesh over there, right? This is why you should do that. So what we've done is we put together 3 tickets to help support you on the day. I'm just going to briefly go through them before I hand it over to the lovely Levelda Vincenzi, who's going to reveal the lineup. Ooh, and our ambassador, Maria Franzoni. So we have the standard ticket. If you want to come spend the day with us, network the day, meet the bureaus, get involved in Ask the Expert, where you get intimate time with people. We've got the standard ticket. It includes lunch, teas and coffees. That alone is worth the price. Just the teas and coffees in London cost about the same. So come join us for the day. Now, last year we got feedback from the attendees and they said, what next? What comes after the summit? So this year we put together the Summit Plus. For 3 months after the summit, you have a range of online trainings by the expert, by carefully chosen partners to help keep the momentum when it comes down to your speaking, your professional speaking, so that it's continuous momentum. And that happens for 3 months after the summit. And that's 347 for that. Now, please remember, these prices are only till the 11th of February. This is a special early door price. And then we have the VIP day. The VIP day happens the day before the summit on the 10th of July, where you get intimate time with speaker bureaus and agents. We have a nice lunch together. We then mastermind together. And then afterwards, we have a drink together at the bar. Levelda's going to deep dive a bit more into that. But in the room, you've got Dan Risner, who's from Leading Authorities. You've got Diane Stoney, who's a speaker manager for speakers that are 20K plus. You've got Adam Levitt, who's also a bureau owner, and you get serious intimate time with them. And Maria Franzoni is going to be in the room as well, helping facilitate the day. It's a deep dive, it's intimate, and you get to truly spend time with the people that are going to be booking, hopefully yourself and many others, but you get intimate time with them, right? That is the 3 tiers of it. So I believe, now remember, we're going to be auctioning off, raffling off a ticket. So get that hashtag going. Right. I believe I hand it over to the lovely Levelda. So before I hand over to Levelda, I just want to say that Levelda is pretty much the person that keeps myself and Simone grounded. Because what tends to happen is I go, I have an idea. Then Simone and Levelda hit their foreheads. And then Levelda is the one who goes, how are we going to make it happen, Elliot? So I'm going to hand it over to the lovely, the one and only Levelda Vincenzi. Let's give her a bit of a round of applause.
Hello, folks. It is so exciting to see so many people here. I can't believe we've got like 210 people in the room. It's just absolutely insane to me. For those of you who have never met me before, because we've brought so many new people into our world as we've been going out with the new summit for this year. My name's Levelda Vincenzi. I'm an international moderator and host. I've been doing this professionally for 8 years. I've worked with clients such as Heineken, La Roche-Posay, Novo Nordisk, to name a few, Nissan, those sorts of things. I'm regularly paid 5 figures to come and host multiple speaking gigs. So as you might imagine, content is super important to me, right? I'm really, to me, it's really important that we don't just bring people into a room to talk generically about speaking. We've got the internet, we've got ChatGPT, a lot of things we can find by ourselves. This is about creating a space where deep, meaningful relationships can be made, but also we're getting content that isn't on the internet. We're getting content you can't search for. So for this reason, we really leaned into working very closely with our ambassador, Maria Franzoni. And if you've never heard of her before, Maria is, so she used to run a speaker bureau, an agent. She founded one herself. She's been booking speakers for over 23 years. She doesn't do that anymore. She now helps.
Sound? Yeah. No, I wish you wouldn't interfere. When you like,
somebody isn't on mute, so can you please make sure that your microphones are muted? So if you haven't heard Maria before, she knows. She's booked speakers in over 80 countries. She knows the who's who and the who's that of the speaking industry. And she currently works very heavily with speakers, helping them to double their speaker fees amongst everything else. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring Maria on to join me here very briefly to speak a little bit more to the ethos that we used when it came to deciding how we were going to book speakers for this year. Maria, I'm going to add you here too.
That wasn't
Welcome.
the question. That wasn't the question I was expecting.
It wasn't.
But no, but that's fine. That's fine.
But I mean, you've been in and around the speaking industry for a while. You've seen what happens behind the scenes. You know what a great speaker looks like, what they're doing, how they're doing it. You also know what the bookers are looking for. Why did you get involved in this event, and how is it different from your perspective?
Oh, right. Okay. Well, actually, you guys tried to get me involved in the first year, and I'm a sort of cynical and skeptical about stuff. Yeah. And so I actually said, do the first year, let me see what happens. And then in the second year, again, you wanted to get me involved. So I said, I'll be a judge this year. I want to see behind the scenes how you do this. And I have to say, I was really impressed at the judging for the Speaker Awards. And I came along to the Speaker Summit during the day. And again, I was really impressed. I didn't expect to be as impressed as I was, because I'm difficult to impress, you know that. And so I actually then said, listen, I'd be prepared to be an ambassador because I wanted to get involved and bring in bookers and get them involved. So what I've been doing, and we've all been doing, is getting our bureau partners involved, getting bookers, getting agents, getting representatives, because it's really important for us to keep in touch with what's going on in the market. And so so I was hard to get involved. Now I'm here. I love it. I love the fact that it's such a diverse group of people, and it's so inclusive, and it's so warm and friendly. Anybody who's been will reiterate that. The inclusivity is incredible. All ages, all types of people from everywhere, and it's becoming more and more international. So that's why I got involved.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Maria. Maria is actually also one of our speakers for this year. So I'm going to go through the full speaker lineup so that we can see who's speaking and what they're speaking on. So Maria, who you've just met, who has an incredible insight into the industry, is going to be really pulling back the curtain. So she's going to be talking about what the 1% of most book speakers do that you can do too. So not just, this is moving away from being on the outside, looking in, trying to second guess, watching great speakers who are getting booked and trying to reverse engineer it to figure out what they're doing. Maria's just going to tell you what they're doing. She's going to tell you what they're doing and what's actually working so that we can start to remove the guesswork out of getting booked. Our second speaker, not necessarily in this order, we also have Jamie McCange, who is going to be talking about how to get an agency ready. So Jamie is an award-winning is multi-award winning and is a speaker himself. Now, what we love about Jamie is, firstly, he brings an accessibility angle. He has gone through incredible things in his own personal life. But the reason he's speaking about how to get on agencies is that he is the head of inclusion at Champion Speakers. So we're not going to be tiptoeing around things. Jamie's going to be really revealing what's working, who's coming to agents and bureaus and getting their attention, and what are people doing that's not getting people's attention. Next up as our speaker, we have the multi-award winning speaker, Jazz Ampefar. She is actually in the Speaker Awards Hall of Fame, and we've brought her on board for a number of reasons. Firstly, Jazz is killing it. She is not somebody who takes the art form of speaking lightly. Jazz consistently invests in her speaking. She's launching a book this year. She's now got an international agent in the US who's just taken her on board to break into the US market. She's got a documentary coming out, and she is a queen of storytelling. So she's going to be talking about how to be 10% braver. Some of it's going to be leaning into her story, and you want to watch Jazz for two reasons. One, how she delivers, but secondly, also to gain insights on what you can be doing to continue to push yourself to be that little bit braver, to go that little bit faster so that you're getting the results that you want in 2025. We then also have the incredible James Taylor. So James is an in-demand international keynote speaker. He is recognized as a leader in business creativity and innovation. If you want to see what a great speaker website looks like, firstly, go and check out James's website, because the man knows what to do when it comes to marketing and positioning himself. He is also really, really big on the AI space, and he's going to be talking about Super Speaker, building a one person $1 million speaking business. You heard it right. A single person $1 million speaking business. He's going to be bringing in really leading edge insights about how to use AI in your speaking business to really elevate your business and get you getting more of those high quality bookings. We've also got Jeremy Lee, who will be inducting into the Speaker Awards Hall of Fame this year. Jeremy is the founder of JLA, and he's going to be talking about a lifetime of stories of building what is one of the most successful speaking agencies out there. So you don't want to miss this. When I said we've gone deep when it comes to pulling together and curating the content for this event, we're not going high level, we're going in depth. We're also in discussions with our final speaker for this event. And unfortunately, we haven't got all the I's dotted and all the T's crossed as yet. So I'm unable to announce them, but watch this space because there's more juicy nuggets still coming. Now, here's another thing that makes this Speaker Summit particularly different. And this is something that excites me most. One of the things speakers say the most is they struggle to get engagements, they struggle to get visibility, and they really want to lean into being able to leverage the art of a network, having other people out there booking them, but they don't know what bookers are looking for. Hence why we have a Q&A with the bookers and bureaus, right? So Maria has kindly helped us to curate this epic panel of bookers and agents, and we give you the opportunity to ask questions from the audience. So this isn't just Lavelda here asking all of the questions. This is a really, really powerful panel discussion and Q&A session. So joining us on the panel this year, we'll have Maria Franzoni. We also have Adam Levitt, who is the founder of Covered, which is a speaker bureau. We have Dan Risner, who is the managing director of Leading Authorities. We have Diana Stoney, who is the founder of Behind the Mic, and it really helps you to understand the agency side of things and the corporate side of things. Diana also used to be a corporate booker, so she's been on both sides of the fence. And we have Dominic, who's also joining us, who is an agent from London Speaker Bureau, one of the largest speaking bureaus globally. So not just based in London, huge international agency. So there's a lot of wealth of knowledge that you would have the opportunity in the room to be able to get answers from. Whether you get to ask a question or not, the fact that these people will physically be in the room is a huge selling point to make sure that you're there. And finally, we have Ask the Experts. There's a lot packed into this day. So if you haven't already got your ticket, you really do want to lean in and get it. So Ask the Experts is a session that we do. This is how we got insight last year as to where the market's at and what you wanted to see. So Ask the Experts is a session that we do that allows you to have a deep dive with a handful of some of the experts. So we can't put all the experts on the stage, but we have a lot of them in the room. And we wanted to give you the opportunity to have some more curated, dialed in time. They're 20-minute sessions. You get to choose who you want to be with, smaller group sessions, which allow you to have a little bit more of an interactive, intimate Q&A session with some of these experts. So as you can tell, it is absolutely jam-packed, and we have removed all of the fluff. So if you're serious about upping your speaking this year, this is the place for you to be. So for those of you who now are like, okay, Lavelda, thank you very much for teasing me. I knew it was a good idea, but now I really, really, really need in, and you want to know the details of how to buy and where to look. Next up, I'll be bringing onto the stage Simone, who's going to give you all of the details about precisely how to get your ticket and what's included in each of those tickets. Simone, over to you.
All right. Thank you, Lavelda. Thank you, Elliot. And thanks everyone here. So first of all, you might have seen already the website, which is Speaker Summit, thespeakersummit.co. So if you can put the link in the chat, that's where you can get your ticket. What I'm going to do, I'm going to show you right now which one are the ticket types, what's included in each ticket, and then we are going to wrap up with a Q&A. So if you have any question, keep them in mind. So then during the Q&A, you can ask any question that you have. Could be about the summit, could be about the ticket types. So we will be here to answer your question. To give you a bit of background as well, I've been speaking professionally for the past 14 years. I've been having a six-figure speaking business at least for 8 out of these years, with my highest year has been around more than 500,000 pounds. And I'm incredibly passionate and devoted to this industry. There are speakers and speakers. I believe that speaker is art, is an art form. I invest in my time, blood, sweat, and tears, my dreams in it, and like many of you, right? And that's what makes us in common. We believe in this industry. We want to be the best speakers that we can, and we want to make ripples in this industry as well. And that's why we have created the Speaker Summit. That's if you have the kind of mindset, then the Speaker Summit is your family, like is you the place to be for you. It's in the 11th of July in London, as we said. And the reason why I think is important for everyone to attend is because the landscape in the speaking industry is changing rapidly. We know that. But it's also changing because there is been a massive technological disruption in the world. And those technological disruptions like AI or changes in political environments, what happen, they impact businesses. Now, businesses have different problems that they didn't have before. And so they hire speakers and presenters in a different way. And so there are some things that we need to prioritize for us as speakers to continue to have our edge, which is one is staying up to date. We don't need to fall behind with everything that is going on, and things change fast. So it's even more important to stay up to date. Then we got to stand out. The speaking industry is crowded. There are a lot of people. So how do you make sure that people hire you instead of hiring someone else? How do you make sure your positioning is clear so then when they see you are the right person for this event? You got to connect with the right decision makers. You know that the speaker industry is a referral heavy industry. And so who you know and who knows you is the fundamental part of this industry. And so that's why we wanted to create a space where you build your community, you build your network, you build your connections with people that see the speaking industry in the way you see, and also they have the same dreams and aspirations that you have. And finally, it's important to understand the corporate booking process. How do the corporate hires? What are they looking for? And that's what we are going to be covering here at the summit. That's the place that we have created. It's a place where you can create your network, your connection. You can hear what's relevant and current, and you can also have this type of conversation that can save you years of trial and error just with one simple conversation. So to give you an idea, in terms of this year has been insane. I'm behind the scene of the marketing part of the Speaker Summit. We had more than 1,000 speakers joining the waiting list, more than 200 joining this call. The others were going to watch the replay. The room that we have is not that big. It's 250 tickets in total. Like we cannot fit more than 250 people in the room. 67 came back from last year. We did a good job last year. So about half of the people that we had last year, which was an even smaller room, they rebooked for this year. So thank you very much to who booked the ticket already. And actually, if you're in the chat, if you're here, can you put it in the chat if you already have your ticket for the Speaker Summit? I'd love to know, and thank you for coming back. So in total, we have only 183 tickets available, which will likely sell out in the next few days. So here is a full breakdown of the tickets. And what I'm going to do, if Wenge, you can put the link again of the website, which is thespeakersummit.co. I'm going to give you a full breakdown of the tickets. So now you should be able to see, let me check here. Just give me a second. So I need to stop the screen share, restart it here. Fabulous. So you should be able to see now this website. This is the website of the Speaker Summit with all the details. If you scroll down and you click this big gold button, it will get you to the part with all the tickets. So if you are intrigued about the event itself and you say, okay, I want everything you have explained, then the standard ticket is for you. The standard price that we are going to raise it to is £497. At the moment is only £247 until the 11th of February. So the deadline where you can join at this price is the 11th of February. So you have 5 days to get it at this price. And that's including the event, the lunch, meeting the agents and bureaus, the Q&A, ask the experts, the networking, the content that we have prepared for you. So that's the standard ticket. Then we have created something this year, which is called the Summit Plus. We have created it because a lot of speakers, they were asking us for additional training and support. And so what we did, we pull in favors from our incredible network, the sponsors, the experts that are part of it, to deliver exclusive training. They are exclusive live training that you will pay hundreds or even thousands for, included in this ticket price. That's because of the relationship that we have with them. And so you will have everything that is included in the standard, plus 3 additional months of exclusive online training and insights, plus a private community. Now, some of the topics that we are going to cover as part of the Summit Plus ticket, they are how to use webinars to get clients consistently. That's personally my specialty, so I'll be delivering that one. How to deliver world-class keynote as well as market yourself to get booked solid. This is Elliot Forte, so he's going to deliver that one. Crafting your story into a compelling book. How do you take your keynotes, your stories, and write a book that sells and positions you? That's going to be delivered by Lucy McCarraher, our business partner here at the Speaker Summit. Navigating PR to position yourself as a trusted authority. How do you get the PR engagement? How do you expand your brand with PR? Becoming speaker bureau ready to land top tier gigs. Leverage the power of video marketing to captivate audiences, and we have a few more that are prepared for you. So if you say, actually, I'm going to invest in those training anyway, because they're all anyway relevant for my business, then spend £100 more, is only £100 more, and get access to the plus is worth its weight. And then finally, we have the VIP ticket. Now, the VIP ticket is in particular for those of you that want to have exclusive access to agents and bureaus. So it's not about learning from just from the Q&A or from the Ask the Expert session or from the bureaus panel that we have at the summit, but it's about spending time with them and let them give you customized feedback for you and your speaking business. So this is an extra day, which happens on the 10th of July. That's happening on the 10th of July. It gives you everything in Summit Plus, so the event and all the extra session of Summit Plus. We will treat you well. We will have a VIP lunch with the bureaus and the agents with a glass of champagne. So we're going to be a bit bougie there. And we will have a 2-hour live mastermind session with Maria Franzoni, which we already introduced, our incredible ambassador, Dan Risner from the Leading Authorities Bureau, Diana Stoney, which is a speaker manager to 20K plus speaker, and Adam Levitt, which is a part of Covered Speaker Bureau. So these are the people that are going to be part of the VIP day. And these are the people that you can ask questions to, that you can have direct access to, that you can ask the question that you might not be able to ask in a room of 250 people. And also they can see you, they can see who you are. So strengthening that network is going to be worth, particularly if you're serious about your speaking business, you're going to have an incredible return on your investment. To make sure that you actually get the most of the session, we are going to have a private Zoom session to prepare you for the mastermind. We want to make sure that you get the most out of it, that you come prepared, and also that the agents that are involved and the bureaus that are involved, they actually have some information about you already. So we will have a private session to prepare you for the mastermind. And on top of that, there are some exclusive bonuses that we have included, like an hour VIP Q&A with me about selling from webinars, which is what I've been doing for the past 8 years. So we can help you review if you have product or services to sell from webinars. We can help you review that. You have a private Q&A with Elliot Kay on world-class delivery after the summit, and then another private Q&A with Lovelda on positioning for high-paying speaking bookings. So these are follow-up after the summit that will help you have this private and intimate conversation that are specific for you and your business, instead of a bigger training with more people attending. So these are the different packages. As I mentioned, the price, the early bird offer is available until the 11th of February. The sooner you get in, we only have 180 plus ticket left. So the sooner you get it, the better it is. And actually, if you're already getting your ticket right now, put in the chat, I got my ticket. Like, I love to know. This is why we're doing that. We're doing this to see as well who is in, who is going to be already part of it. We want to welcome you straight away. So as I said, standard ticket until the 11th of February, only £247. The Summit Plus, £347 instead of £597, and the VIP, £1,250 instead of £1,500. We have also payment plan option for the VIP session, for the VIP ticket. So if, for example, you say, actually, I love to split my payment, send us an email. And Elliot, if you can please put the email in the chat, that will be great. Or Wang, put the email in the chat. So send us an email. And if you needed to split the payment in multiple payments, then we have an option for that too, for the VIP session. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to shut up for a moment and also open the floor for questions, because you might have questions about the summit. You might have questions about the things that we are going to cover. So I'm going to open the Q&A, and also we have Maria, which is here. So Maria, you can go first.
I've got the first question. What I'm seeing in the chat is people want to know how many VIP tickets there are. And I think you probably need to look at how many are left. Also, somebody was saying they hadn't received a confirmation that their payment had gone through. So I don't know if you've got a live update on how many's left, because I don't know if people realize there's very few VIP tickets.
I mean,
Yeah,
we
there
probably
are
now only
10
got about
available
4
now.
left, because as I'm counting, there were 2 sold before, and I've counted at least 4 more people who've bought now. So those VIPs may be gone by the end of today at this rate, to be honest. They're going very, very quick.
Okay, so about
there aren't
about
very
6
many of
left.
them left.
We
It
sold
is
4, then
capped
yeah,
at
about
12
6 left
people
now.
in that room.
Just about the form, if you didn't get the form, we'll look into that. Simone, people aren't getting the
I've
link.
already made a note.
So we look into that. Someone asked about global, someone asked me, and I didn't get a chance to answer before I all flick forward. Does this relate to global bookings? The answer is yes. It's not just London, UK centric. Leading Authority has another company in the States. A lot of the agents, the bureaus that are going to be there, have access to Europe and the US and global. So it is about being global, not just local. So the answer is yes. If you're in France, I remember the person was in France, or anywhere in the world, this is for you. So yes is the answer. I'm getting some questions about how many Summit Plus tickets are. In theory, everybody could be a Summit Plus. 250 is the answer, because the trainings will be online and recorded. So if you can't attend, you don't miss, but everybody can upgrade to that. So there's no limit. The limit is how many people we can sell. That's the limit.
So leading on from the Summit Plus question, there's a question here. Will you be delivering the trainings after the event for Summit Plus tickets? And are they going to be live or online? So they will be...
Yeah. Go
on. They will be delivered live online. So they're not pre-recorded. They are live trainings, but they're not in person. So if you've flown in, if you're flying in, training in, boating in, whatever it is for the summit, you don't have to keep coming back to London in order to attend the Summit Plus. Those are all virtual.
All virtual, all recorded live, and then given, and you'll have lifetime access. As long as they're up online, you can have access to them as well.
We've got a question about, is the summit going to be, is there the option for virtual participation in the summit?
No, unfortunately not. We don't do virtual tickets, I'm afraid. Also, can we showcase ourselves? Gabriella, I love that story, yes? What I would focus on is building relationships, right? They will ask to see your stuff if you build the right relations. And I just want to give you an example from my life right now. And in fact, Dan had a go at me last week. Dan Risner was one of the bureau people. So I've been building relationship with the bureaus and everybody. And last week I said to Dan, I said, Dan, do you want my speaker stuff? And he said, why haven't you sent it to me already? And I said, because I want to respect the relationship. He said, if you get booked, I get paid, we all win. but because we build a relationship, he's happy to receive it. So that's what I would do. Is that right, Maria? Would you say that's the right move? Build relationships, focus on networking, building relationships. That's what I would focus on, people. But yes, have your flyer ready or something.
Okay, fabulous. I think we've answered the question about the middle ticket options. So the Summit Plus, are they recorded in case you can't attend them? They are, yes. The location of the summit, please, is one of the questions.
Yeah, so you can find the location also on the page. So if you scroll down on the page, and Wang, if you can put the link again in the chat, you can see the location here, which is the Holiday Inn, Kensington High Street. So it's West London. That's the location. And for those of you that want to stay the night as well, I think, Elliot, do we have some, do we have a discount or some rooms that we have booked?
We'll email that out. I've got like a link and they put a code in and we've reserved a certain amount of room. So we'll get that to you within the next 5 days before this offer closes so you can get a reservation. We're staying there too. Woohoo! So just in case you won't have enough of us, you get to see us all over the shop as well.
Yeah. So that was the next question that was here. Where to stay if you're traveling in to attend. So there you can stay in the hotel there, and there's lots of other accommodation options close by. Maria, you wanted to jump in and say something?
Well, there's a question from our friend Dave, which I think we need to answer. Now, he bought his ticket immediately when it went on sale after the last event because he was so happy. And he wants to know, can he upgrade?
Yes.
Absolutely. There is going to be an email for that we are going to send to everyone who has bought the standard ticket, even before that we announce the Summit Plus, because it was an idea that we put in later on after last year event. So you're going to receive an email with an option to upgrade as well for the Summit Plus. So everyone that bought the standard Summit ticket on the pre-sale from last year will receive an email with the option to upgrade to Summit Plus.
But what about VIP?
You can upgrade to VIP as well.
But they might all sell out. It might all sell out.
So
I want Dave in the room.
Yeah, my recommendation is my recommendation is if you bought a standard ticket before last year and you want to upgrade to VIP, buy the VIP ticket and then we'll send you a refund from last year's ticket. Right. So we'll just look at the difference. I know there was a lower price last year. So we'll look at the difference and send you the right refund.
Let me just answer some questions about the VIP. So the VIP is the day before, on the 10th of July. We start at midday with lunch with the bureaus and everybody. That's all. And if you want, you can have champagne. Last year I kept going, does anyone wine? No one wanted to drink. That's okay with us. But if you choose to, you can have 1 or 2 glasses of champagne. Then we go downstairs for the masterminding aspect. That will finish at 5. And then 5 o'clock, we go upstairs for a few little tipples at the bar. You can have a mocktail. No one judges you if you don't drink. It's okay. We accept that people have various choices. But
green juices.
All about, and then what happened actually last year, just to be clear, we all had dinner together, but that's not included in your VIP ticket. We just ate together. That might happen this year, just so you know. So it's a really fun, intimate day, and it's all surrounded by my favorite. It starts with food. My Argentinian stomach always leads, so I always start with food. So that's the VIP day.
I want to add something before we move to the other questions. So there is one question from Ruth, is that are there 1-hour sessions on the VIP ticket on all the same day or the summit or different? No, there are different days after the summit. Our vision and our intention is not to create one of these conferences where you are bombarded with information and you don't have time and space. We have all attended those conferences where there is not even 5 minutes to go to the toilet, right? And this is not the kind of environment that we are creating. There is actually a lot of space, whether it's in the VIP or the standard summit session, to create connections, to have breaks. Because in this kind of conferences, the magic really happens in the spaces in between. And so that's the kind of experience that you will have. Is not running around like an headless chicken from one session to the other, but actually have space to integrate and connect and have conversations.
Someone's asking about what airport to fly into. I suppose it depends from where. Heathrow's the easiest because you can just jump on the tube, and then that's the easiest. Gatwick, you can get the express into London, but in terms of convenience, train to London would be Heathrow, and London City Airport. It's a bit, if you're driving, is
Heathrow is the closest one. Heathrow is the closest one because then you jump on the Piccadilly line and it goes straight to South Kensington. I think, or you can make one change.
Sonil, the Summit Plus is recorded live. So if you missed it, you get a recording as well, and you'll have access to that. Absolutely.
And you get
Can we
lifetime access.
remind people about the raffle, the free ticket offer? Because some people are asking, like, how do I get involved?
So
Yeah.
there's the hashtag Speaker Summit 2025. What you need to do is post why you're excited, or a key takeaway, or both. Tag myself, Simone, and Maria if you want. What we'll do is we'll look at the hashtag. No, don't tag Maria. We'll check the hashtag, and then we'll put it in a hat, and we'll raffle a free summit place. Well, a complimentary summit place. So remember the hashtag. Can we put the hashtag in the chat for people?
Yeah, Wang, if you can put the hashtag in the chat again, that would be great.
Okay, I'm not on Instagram, so you might need to tag Lavelda and Simone.
Yeah, mainly on LinkedIn. Mainly LinkedIn. That's what we are looking
LinkedIn
for.
will make our life easier. So let's make sure. Yeah, let's say it's on LinkedIn. Are the 1 hour sessions VIP ticket? No, they're not on the same day. But you'll get dates for that. So with us, do you mean? That is, yeah, there'll be separate days. Don't worry.
I think that we need to be really clear. You've got Summit Plus, which has 1 hour sessions that take place, training sessions after the event. The VIP includes Summit Plus, and you get an extra day with the bureaus. There's a limited number of spaces the day before the summit. So you come for an extra exclusive day on the 10th of July if you have VIP. If you have Summit Plus, you come to the summit, and then you get this ongoing live experiences that are recorded, they're online, that happen after the event. So just to clean that up in case anybody was a little bit confused.
Yeah, exactly.
So let's have a look. I think we've answered all of the questions. If you've got any others, please drop them into the chat. Will the recording be going out? Yes. If you've joined late, we will be sending the recording out for those people who weren't able to join live or who joined a little bit later on. If you are interested in upgrading your ticket, we'll drop the email address into the chat now, where you can email us in and just let us know about the upgrade, and we'll get those organized. We're going to get off this and quickly check if there are any VIP tickets left, because I suspect they may all be gone at this rate by what I'm looking at. When are we going to do the ticket draw? People are asking, is the event wheelchair accessible? While Simone thinks of the answer for the ticket draw. Yes, we are very, very keen on, not even very keen, it's very important to us that we are diversity acceptable. And so we do not select any venues where people who have accessibility needs, dietary requirements, are unable to be able to get their needs met. So if you've got any sort of dietary requirements, we collect all of those prior to the event to make sure that your dietaries are met with the food requirements that come in. And if there's any anomalies, we'll get in touch with you beforehand to make sure that we work something out so that everybody can eat, given that food is included in your price. If you have any accessibility needs, when you go through when you register, you'll get a form, and at the bottom of the form, it will ask about your specific accessibility needs. There is wheelchair access, there are lifts, there are ramps. You can get around the whole venue with step-free access. But if there's anything else in particular, and we've had a number of them, we've had visibility impairments, hearing impairments, let us know, and we will make our best efforts to make sure that you're able to access the content. It is incredibly important to us. And we do have when we say we have a mix of people, we have a diverse mix of people who are in the room. But just make sure you let us know in the form, or if you filled the form in already and you haven't completed it, send us an email so we can make a note to work with the venue to make our best efforts to make sure that you're able to be fully accommodated. So Simone, back to the question about the ticket draw.
Yeah, we'll do it after. So what we're going to do, we're going to send it. Yeah, we're going to finish this call, because then we need to go through the hashtags and then put all the name into a raffle. We want that to be as fair as possible. So we have like an online automated thing. We'll put all the names there, and then we will announce who is going to be the winner. If you already bought your ticket, we're going to send you a refund. This is so if you already have your ticket, then we're going to send you a refund. If you don't have your ticket and you get selected, then lucky you. That's
or you can bring someone on the free ticket. The other thing, Simone, is there someone was asking about payment plans for the VIP?
Yes.
Any insight into that?
Yeah, so email us so that you're looking for a payment plan, and then we'll send you the details for the payment plan. So we have either if you want to split like in 2 to 3 payments, we are able to accommodate that. But just send us an email. So if you can put an email again in the chat, then well, we can decide and give you the different link to join with a different payment option.
There we are. Any more questions?
Yeah, there were quite a few actually that I saw.
Okay.
There is one about someone asking is interested in participating as a speaker. And we don't have any open application to speak at the summit because we curate the speakers based on the relationships that we have. So there is nowhere to apply is people that we select because we have a certain vision of what the event is going to be, and also based on the feedback that we receive from the previous year and the priorities that the speakers have. So no, it's not an open application where someone can speak at the summit.
We have some questions about the awards. I know we're not speaking about the awards today, but for our returning visitors and guests who are then like, is this a different ticket? How do I get the awards piece? Do we want to speak really briefly to that side of things for people?
Elliot, go.
So for those of you who want to enter the awards, we'll be opening on the 7th of March. So there'll be a webinar like this on the 7th of March to take you through the process. That's when the applications will open, where you can either put yourself in for it, and then the shortlist will be announced in April. They are different events. Although they're brother and sister, they have their own identity. So the summit is the summit and the awards is the awards, and we treat them like 2 separate entities. If you're at the summit, can you come to the awards? Absolutely. It will be a separate ticket. Can you enter the awards? Of course you can. Because some people just come to the summit and they don't do the awards, and some people come just to the awards and don't do the summit. So if you have any other questions around that, feel free to ask me, send me a message and we'll reply. Today's solely about the summit. I know last year, straight after the event, we sold the double ticket. We don't have that option anymore. So just so you're aware. Maria's put her hands up, and of course, as our ambassador, we shall yield.
Thank you. I love interfering. So somebody's asked a really good question, and I would like anybody who came last year, please, to answer in the chat. They've asked the question, did they get value when they went to the event last year? Has it helped their speaking business? Because obviously they're trying to make a decision for the first time. They don't know who we are. We could be anybody, right? So if anybody has had some success, please answer in the chat. And if you're coming back for a second year, please answer why. Thank you very much.
And we know Andy Dave, if he's still on the call, it's the 2nd, if not 3rd year being involved. Andy Coley's coming back. Emma Henderson's coming back. We know of Vanessa, for example. She's a great example. She entered the awards last year. She was at the summit. She didn't make it on the podium, but she left the event with 2 bureaus and a manager. And they didn't even see her stuff at that point. So for us, she's a great example. Felicity's coming back as well. So we've got Felicity, Ashley. So yeah, please put, there she is. Oh, she's here. Hi, Felicity. So please put any results you've had. If we can't, look, as I put in when I respond to that, results vary. Some people flew, like Alex. Are you still on the call? There he is, Alex, who just commented. Alex, when I caught up with him post the summit, he'd read all the books that are in the tote bag. He'd done all the missions. He'd done all the tasks. He completely rebranded himself. So to me, he's like the ultimate student. I'd love to hear some results. So yes, there's loads of people that are posting. So that's a great question. And if we can keep this chat team, then we can help share that for people who ask questions, right? Isabel Maria, we're dons. We're not mafia. What's up? How you doing? Hey, we're dons running and speaking.
Back to you, Maria.
Sorry, you mentioned tote bag. Everybody wants to know about this tote bag now.
So when you leave the summit, you see there's no pitching. When you leave the summit, in the tote bag, there's books. There's all kinds of stuff for you to work on, workbooks. That's part of the whole package, as we give you a massive, beautifully designed tote bag full of content. I gave away my book last year. Let's see what's in it this year. But that's in the tote bag.
And a candlelight dinner with Elliot.
Absolutely. With every 250 people.
250 candlelight dinners with Elliot.
That's a lot of dinners. Take my money. There you go.
So
There you
we
go.
are almost at the top of the hour. So if there's any other burning questions, there's a couple of ways of answering it. If we've missed any of your questions in the chat, we'll drop the email address in again for you guys to just email it directly to the team and we'll pick it up there. It's hello at, go on, Elliot.
Just want to read what Gia said, because Gia's at the beginning of her speaking career and she attended last year and she's built meaningful relationships, repositioned herself and got 4 speaking opportunities. So if you're the sort of not the regular place, Gia Lily is the one that's kind of building that up. So that's a result she got from last year. Sorry, Lavelda.
Yeah, but actually there was someone that that asked the question. It's like, I'm at the beginning of my speaking journey. And I saw that question in, like, is this relevant for me as well? So the content is designed, so it's not entry-level content. Like we're looking, so the kind of speakers that we have in mind, in particular for these sessions, there are people that are getting booked, that they are already in the speaking arena. And if you are newer, it will give you a sense of what is possible. So there might be things that you can apply straight away and things that you will be able to apply after you get your gigs. I think if you're newer, it's still worth attending because I like to put myself in rooms where I'm not the smartest one in the room, where everyone else is better than me, because it just gives me a sense of what is possible, and also give me some roadmap of not making the right the mistakes at the beginning. I can actually do the right thing from the get-go. So the content is high level for the people, for speakers that are more established. But if you are at the beginning, you will be able to get a lot just to know how other speakers think and what to look for.
Right, I'm very quickly going to answer Joanne. Quick tip on showreel. Design a showreel that bookers want to see, not the showreel that makes you feel good. There's your tip.
It is the toppest tip. I'd add to that, until you've got great quality, high quality video footage, do not put a showreel together, because it is not just a pure collection of videos thrown together. It's an advertisement for you as a speaker. And if you haven't yet got the footage, just focus on getting really great quality footage of you on stage, rather than creating, because when you get lots of haphazard footage and you put it together, it doesn't actually do the job. So that would be our
Maria has a lot
footage.
of strong opinions about for sure.
I mean, Maria and I could probably do a whole podcast interview on
strong
show reels,
opinions
to be
about that
honest.
topic, which will be revealed at the summit. So make sure you get your
fantastic. Unless Elliot, Simone, and Maria, unless there's any sort of burning anything to add to this, we are 2 minutes to the top of the hour. I want to be respectful of people's time. Anything else to add apart from get your ticket?
Get your ticket.
Listen, I will have this, right? Hopefully see you in July. But if not, please, 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 we need great speakers. We need great leaders out there in the world. So more than anything, keep shining your light and don't let anyone dim it. I hope to see you at the summit, 2025, July the 11th. Thank you very much for spending the time with us, and we'll see you all soon.
All right, see you there. Bye, everyone. Ciao.